What's up, folks? BTMreview.com here with the podcast. Behind the Mask podcast, it's me and Zach. What's up, everybody?
What's up, dudes and dudettes?
Well, what's up is, it's been a little while since we recorded. We got used to, we were doing, we usually do like a commentary every week, right? Something, maybe not a podcast, but a commentary or something. And the last few weeks, haven't done a whole lot because I've been moving into a new house and it's been extremely taxing, but I'm all moved in now. So
how is it, brother?
It's very nice. It's very big for one person. I am a swinging bachelor, right? 2 floors, kind of lonely, but it's cool. It's cool to be doing our first podcast from my new homestead on my land, on my property. But yeah, and anyway, so the podcast that we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about Don't Breathe. Movie's had quite a lot of buzz. I know we're a little behind on it. I think normally we would have did it last week when it opened or whatever. But like I said, life happens and I was busy. But I think the last one we did was what was it called? Lights Out?
Yeah.
It's a bad sign when you have to fucking think about the movie title, like, because you don't want to say it wrong, because you want to say like 5 other movie titles. And I kept mixing up Don't Breathe and Lights Out. Yeah. Before I saw both of them, because Lights Out kind of fits Don't Breathe, like when you see the trailer, because he turns the lights off or whatever, and but whatever. This movie was a lot better. I'd say it's a lot better than Lights Out. Lights Out was kind of forgettable. Don't Breathe, I don't know. I mean, do you think, just kind of start off, do you think, actually, before we get into the fucking movie, let's talk about a couple of other, just general things. Hot off the press today was the Corey Feldman thing. The Corey Feldman reacting to his very interesting performance on the Today Show a couple days back. And it's beside you or me. I don't know how he got a slot on the Today Show. I don't get it. That's like, Justin Timberlake, I get. Fucking, all Katy Perry, I get. Mm-hmm. Corey Feldman, whose director dick did he suck?
I don't know, dude. Maybe he knows somebody on the set.
Did he suck Joel Schumacher's dick? Is Joel Schumacher directing the Today Show now?
I don't know.
But you know what though? Anyway, so it was a very weird performance, and I'm not knocking him because I have a weird fondness for Corey Feldman. I like him, but he's so weird. You can't deny how odd he is. But you kind of like him for his oddness, kind of. And it's like, and I also kind of think he's weird for the same reasons. I don't know. I saw the performance. I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. It looked like he was trying to do the fucking bat dance, the Batusi or something. And he was like having a stroke. He was seizing. It made no sense. Like the moves weren't fitting the music. He was just like fucking going crazy. And just, he didn't really have any rhythm. I would say he was dancing like a white person, but I think even I would know when not to move. But he was just kind of going crazy, and he's still trying to tap into that Michael Jackson thing. Yeah. And when they were interviewing him before the performance, that whole thing was, I don't know how genuine these hosts are. Like they were kissing ass, but how serious are they? They seem so fake. Like he almost seemed slightly annoyed with a smile on his face when they asked, "So are we going to be seeing Michael Jackson moves tonight?" Did you remember that?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I grew up with Michael. He was a mentor to me. I mean, so, a little bit of that's going to come out. But whatever. I mean, they like right away went for the Michael because he looked like Michael. He's got his hair long now and it looks weird. But anyway, the whole thing is, the whole theme is good versus evil. And, I've been saved by a couple of angels myself a time or two. So that's why I came up with Corey's Angels. Corey's Angels. It sounds so culty.
Yeah.
They all live with them like Charlie Sheen, right? It's like the Charlie Sheen thing.
I saw an episode of Celebrity Wife Swap, and it definitely seemed like they were in a cult or something, the girls.
He was on Celebrity Wife Swap?
Yeah.
Oh, God, okay.
A couple months ago.
Bossa Nova! But anyway, it was really weird, That's why I created Corey's Angels, and it's because I need to save some angels, and they all fucking live with them, and it's very, very Charlie Sheenish. But, whatever, as long as, Yeah, isn't that weird though? He literally he picks up strays.
Yeah.
He literally because these are attractive ladies. What does he do? He cruises the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, they're basically people that come to Hollywood wanting to be famous,
and this is kind of their end because we'll settle for Corey Feldman.
Yeah, Corey Feldman. He was like famous when I was really young. I guess.
It's something.
Yeah.
And they might be strays, but not really. They just came to Hollywood and they got nobody there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounds like. I could have met Corey Feldman a few weeks ago. He was at a Harkins Theater here in I live in the Phoenix area, and he was in Tempe doing a signing because they were playing the Goonies. But I didn't want to make the drive down to Tempe, so I still watched it, but I saw it at a closer theater to me.
I wonder if he's going to keep doing conventions and stuff now.
He doesn't. He got all embarrassed. He doesn't do that. Oh no. He's going to lay low for a little while.
Yeah.
He's going to lay low for a little while. And so today it came out that he hasn't left bed and he's embarrassed and he's really, really hurt. And he made like a little Facebook video with him and his main angel. She refers to herself as his mangel. She did. She's like, yeah, I'm his mangel. Dude, what's funny? Sick.
You know what's funny though is I didn't see a lot of like hate about the performance. Did you see a lot of it?
Oh, dude, my mother of all people, who has no connection to Corey Feldman, messaged me on Facebook. I didn't know about the performance. She messaged me on Facebook or something like, "Look at this fucking guy, the performance."
Yeah, I didn't know about it either. I just saw that little video, and I almost thought that it was edited to make it seem even more awkward. But I watched the full performance, and no, it's not.
Those fake hosts.
Yeah.
It's in his ass. Oh, it's really catchy. I'm already singing it. Go for it. So catchy. It's I don't know what it is. It was very dysfunctional. He wasn't dancing to any rhythm. I mean, I guess it was a song, but it was go for it. And he wasn't really singing. He was just kind of doing his fucking Michael Jackson thing. But he wasn't doing it very good. It was kind of like he was taking a shit. I don't even know what he was. He wasn't saying. It was mostly the backing track, and him moving around a lot and kind of grunting a bit.
Yeah, and
this random rapper guy came out that I've never heard of, and even the hosts were kind of like, "Oh, I didn't expect for him to come out," like referring to him because they probably met him backstage.
Like he snuck into the freaking set.
I mean they were kind of referring to him as if he was like a name, but they probably just met him at the craft table or something,
right?
Before they started filming it. But I'm not trying to knock him because like I feel bad for him, and because when he came out with that video today with him and his mangel,
I didn't see the video.
He started weeping a bit, and and it was.
I couldn't even find their Facebook. Did they have a Facebook?
Oh, he deleted it. He deleted the video.
Did he delete the Facebook completely?
No, he's got a personal Facebook. It's not.
Okay. I couldn't find it.
Page. Riverman is friends with him, but I couldn't add him. He's full.
Yeah.
But they need to lift that whole max.
Yeah, that's retarded.
I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but I'm mixed feelings about the video he put out this morning. I did find the video, by the way. I watched it. Somebody had saved it and reported it on a little shitty YouTube channel. We got a shitty YouTube channel. But anyway, it was mixed feelings about it. On one side, I feel real bad because he's right. He just went up there, sang a song. You don't like what he's promoting, don't buy it. It doesn't really justify being as harsh as some people are. But on the other side of the coin, it's like, well, what do you expect? You're putting your product out there on national TV on one of the highest rated morning shows. You have to kind of have a thick skin and be prepared.
Yeah, he probably wasn't even like he's probably used to because I remember him doing stuff like that.
Man, he's used to being around his little yes angels that say yes, Corey, yes, Corey. You're God, Corey.
He probably wasn't even prepared for it to have its own life on the internet and be uploaded and shared and stuff. Because I remember him performing like that as Michael Jackson on some 80s talk show a long time, like in the 90s.
Early 90s, mid 90s. Yeah, I know. He's, but that was pre-internet, right? Pre-YouTube. So that stuff kind of escapes you. But no, it's so funny because he just the part that's it's not the part that it's bad, really, right? It's not the part that is. I mean, there's lots of well-known artists that put out something bad or have a bad performance, and it's not that same kind of embarrassment, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why it's so embarrassing is because he really fucking thought he was good, right? Mm-hmm. He really believes in what he's doing. He thinks he's really good. He's a 45-year-old man dancing, trying to dance like Usher and Michael Jackson, singing some like wannabe, club hit or something, right? Mm-hmm, it's as generic as it gets. And he's 45. I'm not saying you can't make music when you're 45. It's just, he has to realize that he's Corey Feldman. He's a child star and he's 45 years old trying to be an Usher or a Michael Jackson. And he has to understand the comedy in that. Or at least he's got an uphill battle, right? That people are going to take him seriously. Now, God bless him for trying, but I think he has to know what he's up against. It's like, wow, Corey Feldman. And if I was like his agent, I'd be like, wow, Corey, unless you're like really, really, really amazingly, stupidly good, no one's going to take you seriously. Like, the odds are against you because of who you are and your pedigree. It's just, and he's not. I'm not saying I almost said I don't know. I don't know if he has talent or not. Is he really talented? I don't know if he's talented. He's a good actor, but is he really a good musician? Because he's not really dancing. He's a good dancer. He wasn't. I think I could do those dance moves. They didn't really look choreographed. They looked on the spot, just fucking whatever the fuck he thought about doing. Yeah. And the singing is just,
especially when you compare it to Michael Jackson, which he's obviously trying to emulate.
I'm kind of like against doing reaction videos, but man, I kind of want to do a reaction video of that fucking thing, but a commentary of that. But no, it's just, I don't think it's for him. But on the same thing though, good for him for doing it. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He funds this shit, right? He does like crowdfunding. He funds it on his own shit. It's not like he's signed to a record label, So good for him if he's getting his shit made on his own dime or whatever.
Yeah, if he enjoys doing it, then go for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's on his own dime. But you also can't go on public national TV and in the world of YouTube and not expect you gotta be ready for backlash, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, would you rather it be forgotten or as bad is the horrible press at least better than, no buzz, right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he probably wishes it was forgotten.
Oh, he's embarrassed. I hope he doesn't put a bullet in his mouth, man.
Yeah. I feel bad for him. I don't want to see him crying.
No, I do too. Well, because,
like we were saying the last time he was on the news is when he was talking about the child molestation charges.
And also whenever he's on the news, he's always crying. And I pointed this out. I'm not saying he actually cried, but it was an emotional thing talking about the child molestation thing, which is horrible. Before that, of course, talking about Corey Haim, paying tribute to him on all Larry King and all that stuff and crying. He cried on the two Coreys. He cried on Surreal Life. I mean, he's kind of an emotional guy, but whatever. That's his prerogative. He could be emotional. That's fine.
Yeah.
But him knowing he's that sensitive, he really maybe he should stay out of certain limelights.
Dude, the child star thing, it never seems to work. They always grow up really just not
right in the head.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say he's not right in the head. I'm sure Corey Feldman is a normal, fine guy. I got a weird compulsion to want to hang out with him. I'd be curious. But he's got to be weird,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he does to Corey's aim. Okay.
I want to watch freaking the Ninja Turtle movies with him.
I got a question.
And the Tommy Jarvis trilogy.
I got a question, and this will kind of end the Corey Feldman thing, and we'll get into the review of the movie. But do you really think if his MO with the whole Corey's Angels thing is to, help stray people, young lost people, okay, fair enough. Why are they all hot women? Is he fucking them?
He might be.
Might?
He probably is.
I mean, is he really saving? So is there a price to being saved is what I'm saying.
They have to go through a baptism and stuff.
A baptism of cum.
The bukkake of...
I think a bukkake is more than one cock, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, dude.
He gets all the child stars together, like him and Screech, Dustin Diamond, Corey Haim's corpse. And I don't know, fucking, well, I guess, what you talking about, Willis is dead too. I don't know, Webster maybe. Webster standing on some phone books, jerking off on her face. But,
Bonaducci.
Funny dude, she's a character, man. I love it when he was on Howard Stern. He's like intense, man. He's so intense all the time. I couldn't hang out with Bonaducci, man. He's just so in your face all the time.
I wouldn't let him jizz on my face.
God, I picture it looking like orange colored, like orange cream, like an orange cream pop, like that color, like orange sherbet or something. But I don't know. But we're getting a little off topic. I'm just saying, like, if his MO, if his whole mission statement is, taking young people off the streets, why are they all hot, leggy chicks? I'm saying he's really, that's the part that makes it seem culty, right? Because come on, they're all very, a type, right?
Yeah.
If it was just a bunch of random people and they were all types of people, great. But they're all white, hot, leggy model types. I don't know. And they're all young. They're all half his age. You're trying to tell me that he doesn't fucking stick his pinky in there? And I don't know. That's the part that's weird to me.
Yeah.
It's a little culty. But whatever, all that aside, they're all consenting adults. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I hope he just is resilient and bounces back from it. He doesn't have to disappear, live his life. No one gives a shit that much. It's just whatever, man. Just, you would look like a real stud if you brushed it off.
Yeah.
Because if you act like you don't give a shit, people can only give so much of a shit, right? They're only going to give so much shit to you if you act like you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They'll forget about it faster, right?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's people that like think he was brilliant. Like, oh, he's the Mel Gaga.
I don't know. Is he going to go on tour?
I don't know.
He should go on tour with fucking Pizza Underground.
What's that?
That's Macaulay Culkin's band where they cover.
Man,
they cover Velvet Underground songs, Pizza Underground, and they're dressed like pizza delivery people.
I did hear about that.
And they play all their instruments made out of pizza boxes.
Oh man,
yeah, him and no, that's a way to. I'm sure he wants to avoid that. Like I don't want to go on the Pizza Underground tour because I'm trying to get out of this whole child star thing.
Imagine like an alternate dimension where Corey's Angels is run by Corey G.
They all look like Ashley Gold.
He's like, hey, man. Hey, yeah, I've been saved by a couple angels,
Corey G, what's the hazing? What do they have to do to get into your little cult there?
I fuck him behind a pawn shop dumpster with my lucha mask.
And tell me, Corey G, are they all fat, disgusting pigs?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, Corey G's got to go because Corey G.
I miss that dude, man.
God. Oh, refraining.
Oh, you know what's great though? If you go back and listen to like the earlier episodes of Bloodbaths and Boomsticks, the show that he was on first, he's not talking like that. It's weird
because it's a character. He is a troll character.
Oh no, come on.
The voice though.
Oh, dude, that was just how he talks, man.
Like Steven Seagal.
I think he just had a cold on those early episodes.
Steven Seagal.
You're such a conspiracy theorist.
I don't want to reminisce too much on it because we got a movie to
oh, yeah.
But Corey G is not invited to review the movie because he would probably give it 0 out of 0 because he gives everything fucking 0. This is how okay. One last. This is how big of a troll.
Lorenzo Lamas.
This is how big of a troll he was. He gave movies like The Exorcist 0. Nothing. We'd talk. And I'm like, really? I get it. Even if you're like some hipster that doesn't like anything that's popular, has a fan base, you gotta be a better critic. You can't really think a movie like that is a 0. But yeah, if it had Lorenzo Lamas in it or Steven Seagal, it was an automatic 10. And he literally never broke that character. ever. And he wrote reviews. And I didn't like his reviews because they were so fucking I couldn't do it anymore, man. He would write reviews and he would fucking... It's like, they're not... How do you take them seriously? Like, how could you go to any kind of website? I don't want troll reviews, you know? You want trolls are fun. I mean, it's kind of fun. Kind of like you and the Pauly Shore shit. Come on. But like, if you're going to write on the website and you're going to do reviews, don't give me troll reviews. You know, give me an honest review. It's so fucking dumb. But, God. Anyway, off the beaten path. And he fucking loved Renegade, man. God, he loved that fucking show, Renegade. But
fucking Lorenzo Lamas drink like with his shirt off by that Harley.
I think he wanted to fuck his Indian sidekick, you know, holding his mullet while he fucking rode his ass. All right, so we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back, and we're gonna talk about Don't Breathe. Hey Zach.
What?
Do you like Halloween?
Yeah, I like Halloween.
Do you like commentaries?
Yeah, I like commentaries.
Do you like Rob Zombie?
He's okay.
Well, do you hate Rob Zombie? Depends on what movie you're talking about. The movie that we're doing for our commentary leading up to Halloween, we're doing
Rob Zombie's Halloween!
Tune into our YouTube channel, btmreview.com, and go to our iTunes and subscribe, and check out our other commentaries this week. Of course, stay tuned for
Rob Zombie's Halloween!
Where we get a 6'7" tall fucking Michael Myers. We get Danny Trejo. We get Ken Fourier. We get Brad Dourif. We get I Was Good to You, Mikey! Yeah. Subscribe and check it out. So the Don't Breathe movie, it's got a lot of buzz about it. The question I want to ask you before we really start is, do you think that after watching the movie, it lived up to the hype it was getting?
Yeah, I tried to stay away from all the hype. You know, I saw like that it was getting really good on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. I always just try to like, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to go in, and if I'm entertained, you know, we'll see. I don't really like to read reviews and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it.
It was a unique idea.
I have a couple problems that I think they shouldn't have done to make it work better, but we'll get to those like later. We'll see if you noticed them too.
Well, so the premise of the movie is very, very simple. Few young kids, teenagers in Detroit want to get out of the hood. And one of them just happens to be the son of somebody that does the security systems for all these houses. He sneaks the keys.
The Goosebumps kid.
It is the fucking Goosebumps kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was wondering where I saw him.
Yeah. Where did they live? Do they live in Detroit?
They live in Detroit.
You think this is like after, you know, RoboCop was fucking, or this is before RoboCop came?
Maybe the old man was RoboCop.
Maybe.
You know, man, I don't know. But that's a good point, Zach. We'll have to ask the director sometime. But yeah, so I mean, conveniently, you know, he's the son of somebody that does the security, so he has access to keys and stuff. And they break into houses, and then they steal shit, and they make it look like it was a legit break-in, you know, to obviously that to look like he didn't have fucking keys or someone connected to that. You know, that one guy fucking jerked off all over shit, didn't he?
Was he jerking off, or
was
did he piss
pissing,
on
or was he jerking? Because
I assumed he was pissing.
It was a lot of fluid, but when it showed him like waist up, it looked like he was jerking off. But then when it shot all the shit on the floor, it kind of looked like a lot of fluid. I sound like it was a piss. I mean, or maybe he was really enjoying the piss.
He's a dumbass. If he was jerking off, they're gonna find you, man.
The DNA, yeah.
Spraying your DNA everywhere.
Because it looked like he was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume
it
was
just
really.
But it was like then when he fucking shot a gallon. I mean, he thought he would. If he was jerking off, he should have shot ropes. I don't fucking know, dude. That expression always grossed me out, dude. Shooting ropes. Guys that shoot fucking huge loads. God.
I've never even heard that. Shooting ropes.
He shoots ropes. Fucking sick.
I've never heard that.
I watched the Howard Stern show, and fucking Richard Christie, he gets off on his favorite part of the porn is the guy's load. And everybody says he's gay. Like, you're so fucking gay and you don't even realize it. He's like, what? He worships Peter North. Peter North because he's like, I guess he shoots huge loads. Like, oh man, he's my hero. I want to shoot ropes like him.
Shoot ropes. That's funny.
It's so when you think of it, like a big cum rope it's just fucking sick.
Hang you by your neck in your closet by a cum rope.
What? That doesn't turn you on? They're all like, no, I look away on that part. Like, ugh.
I don't look away.
No, that's what they're all saying on the fucking show. Like Howard Stern, like, no, I think you're a little gay, Richard. Like that's the part I could do without. That's the part he waits for. He wants to climax when the guy climaxes.
Hey, why not?
Shoot some ropes, dude. It's gross.
Shoot them.
I'm gonna start a band. I'm gonna start a band called Rope Shooter.
Shoot some ropes.
But anyway, was
Spider-Man shooting ropes?
I think we'll just agree that he was taking a piss that he really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Dude, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
But so anyway, I do respect how fast it gets into it. It really does. You know,
it's really quick. This is another short one, like the last movie we watched.
Yeah, it was really short. I liked literally they had that opening scene where they're breaking into that first house. You know, they explain things really easily. You know, all from the very first scene where he breaks the window on the way out. You kind of get it, right? Then you see him taking the key, putting it under the lamp. Okay, we got it. And then you see the girl at home in her fucking trailer. We get it. She wants to go to California.
Yeah, did they do a good job of making you like feel for her? Or
no, she's a scumbag that breaks into fucking people's houses. No, I didn't at all. I didn't at all. I get it. You know, at the end of the day, they fucking got what they deserved. Never once did I'm like, oh, you know, these guys got it bad. They're breaking into fucking people's houses.
Yeah, there's not really a good guy in this.
No, it's not. And I don't feel bad for the girl because she's breaking into fucking people's houses.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve. So no, I didn't feel any remorse at all. I didn't feel bad for her in the trailer. You know, when her mom was like telling her she sucks dick on corners.
Yeah, right in front of the little girl too. I thought she was talking about the little girl. I was like, what the fuck?
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude.
But
I realized
that's fucked up to talk about your teenage daughter about that. My question is how did she just fucking kidnap her little sister and go to California with her?
Yeah, dude, I noticed that. I was like, dude, she would have got caught because they were texting each other. Yeah. Like, they would have found his dead phone and saw, like, are you still in the house? You know what I mean? Well,
what are we talking about? I'm talking about the little girl at the end. I'm talking about how she got to California. I know we're jumping around here.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, I was talking about that, too, but I was saying, like, she totally would have got caught.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll get into that, but I liked how fast they got into it, and that was it. Then all of a sudden, hey, they got this big deal, and they're in this guy's house. Ex-military, yada, yada, yada. They heard he got a whole bunch of cash, because some person killed his daughter, and they paid him off. Great.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's our story. I don't feel bad for any of them. They break into the house, fucking the G guy, the wankster, pulls a gun on the guy. Mm-hmm. He got what he deserved.
Did you catch that line where he's like, did you bring a gun here? No, if you have a gun, that gives the guy a right to shoot us or something like that. And I was like, what?
I think he has a right to shoot you.
Yeah, you're in the house. Like, I think he already does. You broke into his house.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's like that in every state.
Maybe
it's not. Maybe it's one of those things where even if they broke into the house and they find bullet holes in the intruder's back, I think you can still get in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Because it's like if he's like trying to get away. I don't know. I don't know how it is with every state, but yeah, that whole thing was stupid. And you never buy the Goosebumps kid as being like some bad kid. He just looks like such a hoity-toity motherfucker, preppy kid. I can't do this. This is where I draw the line. Like, you'll steal a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, the only guy that really fit the
guy that got killed first. You didn't feel bad for him at all. But it's just, I'm trying to think. How did the blind guy not get taken out by the fucking gas? They didn't really explain that.
The gas.
Yeah.
When did he turn the gas on again?
Okay, so when they're trying to rob the safe, right? Or they're trying to look for the safe. The gangster goes up. The fucking wankster goes up in his bedroom, makes a little gas bomb or whatever it is. To knock him out. And he starts making as much noise as he wants. He's like, oh, he's out cold or whatever. Gassed him, and they're doing their thing. He starts shooting the lock, right?
Yeah.
And-
well, they talk about how he was in the war, so maybe something like that.
Well, so like soldiers have to like withstand those gas tests and stuff like that.
Maybe.
That's like tear gas though. They withstand like tear gas and shit like that. But like whatever he gave them was supposed to make them sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It really didn't explain it, but whatever. I guess it's not important. But
he's so tough. He's freaking Lang, man. He just snorted that shit and then got up and went downstairs.
yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. The movie was okay. The suspense was cool. I kept waiting for the big twist that everybody kept talking about. They kept pimping in the commercials. The best twist in years.
That's one of the freaking problems I had. They should have never even brought up that there was a twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as soon as they say that,
it's not going to live up to whatever.
Yeah, everybody in the theater is like, okay, what's the twist? They're looking for it through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Whereas if it just comes out of nowhere, that's the only way a twist works.
Yeah. With that said, I liked the twist. I thought it was good. You know, I'm
kind of confused by what the twist was.
I don't know. There was actually a couple
spoiler
of twists.
alert. Yeah.
To be honest with you, the fact that he was a bad guy is twist number one, right? Obviously. I know it's kind of a gimme, but the fact that he's got that one girl and it turns out it's the girl that killed his daughter.
That's what I thought the twist would be.
The twist is when he was impregnating her.
Oh, okay. Because there's a shot of the girl in his basement in the trailer.
What?
It's really quick and you don't know the context of it, but when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, he's got somebody in his basement.
But like, the thing is it did that whole artsy-fartsy thing where the first scene is him dragging the main girl down the street.
Yeah, see, that was another problem I had. They shouldn't have started the movie like that.
Because I recognize the girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, we see the trailers. I recognized that was the fucking main girl.
Yeah, and I thought she was dead. So that whole time, like, there's like, you know, a big suspenseful scene where she's trying to get away, like the part where she's running from the dog. And she gets in the car.
This movie didn't know when to end. It kept going. Like there's so many. It had like 3 moments where you thought it was going to end.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like if they didn't start the movie out like that, we wouldn't have been thinking like that because right away we assume she's going to die. So when she's running from the dog and stuff, we're not really in suspense because we're just like, we know she doesn't make it.
For me, the twist was, I never forced myself on a woman. I don't believe in rape. But basically, you know, she took my daughter. I see it's only fair that she give me another. It was that whole fucking him impregnating her thing.
That scene was great, dude.
Oh, when she shoved the fucking turkey base in his mouth and she fucking squeezed it and the fucking jizz ran down his chin.
I love the slow motion shot where he pulls the turkey baster out and it's got his semen in it and it drips a little bit and he's like, "You'll breed well." I was just laughing at that. And like the person I was with, like I went and watched it with somebody and they like on the part where she shoved it down his throat, they looked over at me and they said I had a big smile on my face.
No, I loved it. Immediately after seeing the movie, I was looking to see if anybody had made a GIF of that yet. And no, not yet. Somebody please make a GIF of that. But
that's funny. That's funny though, because there's no difference. I don't believe in rape, but he pretty much is, you know.
It's rape without all the fucking force and
right. Yeah.
You know, it's stupid. So why would he disturbingly want the daughter of the person that killed his daughter? That's like kind of backwards thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he adopt if that's the case?
Yeah.
He can get another daughter that way. Maybe because he's blind. You know?
Right, yeah.
People are
maybe he wants to make sure it's from him too.
Yeah, I guess. But and he said, "I'm gonna let her go. I always said I'd let her go." Afterwards. Oh, like he'd get away with it? Like he would just let her go and that would be the end of it?
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't go to the cops.
Yeah, I thought of that.
It makes it. But yeah, I thought it was a cool twist. It did kind of make you wondering, like when she got shot and he was so upset, you know? I mean, it clearly makes sense, but at the time you're not putting it together quick enough. So I thought it was effective the way they did that. You know, because you didn't know what that was about. But that was the twist. But then, or was the twist when she got away? And I get it. I get why she got away because he wasn't going to tell on her. He let her get away with the money, you know, because if he ratted out her and the money, then well, then he would be busted for what he did because they witnessed him bury her under the fucking cement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fucking girl.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. She had him there. But what was the big deal about he was alive? She was watching at the train station or whatever, and he was on the news. Like, he's really going to fucking come after her? He's blind.
Yeah. I guess it was just setting up that, like, he's probably going to keep doing this. You know what I mean?
But who's he going to do it to? He's not a bad guy. He was just taking revenge on the person that killed his daughter. Now the person that he also has reason to take revenge for is in California. Who's he going to fucking do it to now? You know?
He'll wait for somebody else to break in.
It is kind of like played off like, I don't know money anymore. It kind of played it off like he was going to come for her. But I'm like, he's a fucking blind guy. The only way he even had a chance is when you were like in his house and he can lock it all up and do all that shit. I mean, I don't think a blind guy is going to take a Greyhound and find you, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, I guess he could track. He doesn't even know her name.
Right. I figured the twist would have been that he's not even blind or something like that.
Oh, that would have been fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I'm not really blind at all. Fucking Lionel Hutz. I'm not wearing a tie at all. It's funny. He's like trying to struggle his tie off behind him. You'll be surprised to know that I'm not wearing a tie at all. But, and I get to keep this rusty old birdcage. Still got it. But, I don't know. I know we really kind of jumped around here, but I don't know. The movie had a good pace about it. I think that the Goosebumps kid was a total fucking idiot to go back to the house. Why would he do that? It makes no sense. I mean, he was still in communication. They were clearly texting. He could have texted her. At that point, they knew. Well, let me think. I'm trying to think. What happened to her cell phone?
What happened I think her cell phone just died.
No, he stomped on it, didn't he? Did he stomp on it?
Oh, did he? Okay.
I don't know. I don't even fucking remember. But I just think I don't know. I think the guy, the Goosebumps kid, could have did more than just go back into the house after she texted him, hey, he killed him. You know, it's like, for God's sakes, he could have called the cops, right? I mean, I get it. They didn't know about the body downstairs at that point. Otherwise, it's like, hey, fucking call the cops. We'll just say he kidnapped you like he kidnapped that girl, right? Even. Mm-hmm. Good to go. But I don't know.
I have they really need to, one thing I could say, they really need to change the way they do trailers. It's like making a trailer now isn't really about just like getting you intrigued to see the movie. It's more about like, okay, let's try to
show you all the good stuff.
You cram every like key plot point that happens into this little time slot. So right away, we know in the trailer that the freaking one guy dies. So the whole time, you know, he's got him at gunpoint. He's got the gun up to his head. We know he's going to die because we see him dragging the body out when we shouldn't have known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that should have been something we're going to be with these characters through the whole movie. Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah. What if they would have put the jizz baster scene in the trailer? Then there would have been nothing. They would have had nothing. But
they just flashed to it really quick. They're like, oh,
as you know,
craziest shock ending ever.
And they show it. You know, as somebody that likes to write myself, you just know the fucking guy that was writing it was like, oh yeah, this is the part, man. This is the part everybody's gonna love. And they're writing it. You know, can you imagine fucking writing that? Then she thrusts the turkey baster down his throat and squeezes the pump. Cum drizzles everywhere, overfloweth its mouth.
I wasn't expecting that.
But I don't know. I mean, so is that your main problem with the movie? What else? I mean, what else was the problem?
Just knowing too much going into it. Yeah, the beginning where we know right away that we think she's not going to get away. I think that eliminated a lot of, you know, the suspense that we would have had while she was, you know, running from the dog and all that. My big problem with the movie is, okay, so paramedics, everybody found him.
you know where they found him, right? He was in the basement. They fucking shot him, and he was at the bottom of the fucking basement stairs. So when they found him, did they not want to question the fucking pillows and the fucking chains and the fucking sling in the air and the fucking cum baster?
Yeah, that big he had a big freaking supply of jizz, dude.
he was like chilling it, dude. He's adding to it.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, he just adds that. You think that was just one jerk off session?
They found him in his like hidden lair, and they didn't question any of that. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? It looks like you're keeping a slave, and it looks like by the look of this fridge and your jizz all over your mouth.
He's just like, oh, before I went blind, I was really into bondage.
They open the fridge and there's fucking cum in mason jars and shit. Like, what
it's like, fuck? Yeah, I poured on myself sometimes.
It's just really fuck. Well, no. Listen. Clearly, the girl that he kidnapped was in the news and labeled missing, right?
Yeah.
You know? And clearly he's connected to that missing girl, right? You'd think he'd be a suspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that never is addressed, is it? Ever.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be a fucking suspect.
There's some suspension of disbelief that has to go into.
You think the parents of the girl would be fucking hounding his ass and, you know, trying to get police officers, you know, on that. He'd be a suspect because he's clearly had her for at least a little while, you know. And so knowing this, the police raid the house. They find that shit. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, right? He would be questioned.
And her body too.
He buried her. He buried her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's why he didn't fucking rat on the money, because that girl knows that he fucking buried that chick underground.
Yeah.
Still, like, I just didn't he like throw her fucking body in like a vat of some shit or whatever it was, right. And it's just weird. Like, where does a blind man get all this shit? Where does a blind man get a sling like this and install it being blind and all this shit and get a vat of like fluids and fucking, that's
what I was talking about earlier too, is like,
how many times did he like miss that fucking baster when he was filling it up every day? Like, oh shit. Or, you know,
gotta wait an hour and do it again.
What do you think he was thinking about when he was jerking off to fill it?
He can't look at porn, so I don't know. Who does, dude?
I get he doesn't force himself on women, but you think he was at least like grabbing her boob while he was doing it? I know, like, suck my finger while I do this.
That's what I was thinking too when I said it earlier, though, is they find both of those guys and they both had phones and they were both texting. There's a scene in the movie where the Goosebumps kid texts the girl and asks if she's still in the house, and she says she's hiding in the closet. So they would have to have like suspected she was involved. You know what I mean?
I think he stomped on her phone though. I think he did. I think that's what he did, is he crushed it.
Yeah, but can't they look at records?
They're gonna go downstairs. Where they found him shot. You know, they're just gonna assume,
they'll find the pieces.
They're gonna assume he was robbed, but not assume that maybe it was somebody. Maybe why wasn't it a theory that, hey, maybe somebody was trapped down here and they fucking got a hold of his gun. They shot him. There's a cell phone here that's been crushed.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure they would have checked their records of who they text, both of the guys.
But yeah, I mean, where did he bury what? Yeah, oh yeah, it's right, because they just said they found the robber. He shot two of the people who broke in. Yeah, they had shit on him. Yeah. They had shit on him, and like I said, if that's not enough, I'm telling you, he had to have been suspect number one when that fucking chick went missing.
Right.
It's just, and then when he's got a prison. You know, down there with all kinds of
maybe the Detroit Police Department just like turned their heads.
He's Caucasian. Like, moving on.
Maybe maybe they turn their heads like, well, she did kill his daughter. Fuck her.
Yeah, but I mean, she was an irresponsible, stupid teenage girl driver. You know, which is horrible. But like, what he did is worse, obviously. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess if you have to feel bad for anybody, it's her, and you don't even want to feel bad for her because she did bad things too, obviously. But you don't feel bad at all for the main chick getting turkey basted. Like, I want it to happen. Like, you broke into this guy's house. You got to be prepared for whatever happens. when you break into somebody's house. You might when you enter a building, you might be entering Zed's pawn shop from Pulp Fiction. You know, when you're entering somebody's shit, you know, it's just.
I thought you were bringing up Zed.
Lord Zed from Power Rangers?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Lord Zed was kind of homoerotic and looked like he was into bondage. His ass cheeks hanging out.
I always thought like he was. Did you like when you were a kid? Like, did you watch Hellraiser early enough to like be like, man, Zed is like a skinned guy with metal armor?
Where's his dick? Like his dick can't fit in those metal panties he's wearing. You know? Does he? So when he fucks Rita, did he just take off that metal plate on his crotch or what? I don't understand it.
Maybe. Do you think they had sex?
Well, they were married.
They hated each other.
They were married. Yeah, she gave him a love potion and made him fall. And then they got married. They were married in the movie.
Yeah, that's a movie we should do sometime.
Yeah, I know. Take it home in boxes. Take it home in cases. If your parents try to stop you, just jerk off in their faces. I want some. Here you go. I'll take some.
You think that's what the ooze was? Is Ivan's semen?
That's what it fucking looked like. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, it's just like crazy fucking purple gack.
Dude, he was a great freaking villain.
He was just nothing but one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about that all day long, but I don't know. So this movie, I don't know what I give it. I don't know what I give it out of the old 10 scale or maybe like the old worth the rent, worth the buy, worth the red box type of thing. What would you say?
I'm definitely going to watch it again when it comes out.
I'm skeptic if it's a buy movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's definitely a red box.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Did you get the director's message before the movie started?
No.
You didn't get that little preview thing before the movie? It was the director talking to the audience.
No, I didn't get that.
Like a sneak peek thing.
No, what was he? Hyping his own movie? Beware, what you're about to see.
He basically just said that the whole time he makes movies, he's thinking of this moment when the lights go out and the audience watches it. Stuff like that.
The whole time he made both his movies. That shitty Evil Dead movie. But yeah, there's a lot of moments where I'm like that it makes sense where it's like you want to tell them. First of all, when that chick got out of the car with the dog and finally got her trapped in, the back seat or whatever, and she's like stopping there catching her breath, dude, fucking run! You got the money, you got a backpack on you, run!
Yeah,
like the guy's blind, but he's not very fucking far, and that dog gave you away. Obviously, it's totally stupid. She's like, yeah, you're powerless out here. I'm like, dude, you got so much fucking money.
He's got some good internal GPS too.
He does. I'm just saying, like that whole thing. My adrenaline. I get it. You're tired and all that stuff, but your adrenaline would still be running enough to fucking run. That's all she would have to have done. Was he was able to sneak up behind her, but he's still blind. All she would have had to have done was ran a couple of feet. He would have never been able to fucking get her.
Yeah. And if that's not enough and you don't because they really don't give you a lot of reason to like her as a character.
Oh, I wanted her to die.
Because there's a point where her and the Goosebumps kid is just like, yeah, we can get out of here right now.
I wanted him to take a shit on her chest.
Yeah, but he's like, we can get out here now, but if you want to, it's up to you. If you really want to get out of here that bad, we can grab the money again. And then that's whenever, So even at the end, her greed is... again, got him fucked even more.
Yeah, I know. And so why did she get... We don't feel good about her getting away because she got away with fucking money. Blood money that was still stolen. What's the moral of the story, right?
The moral I took away was if you get the chance to break into somebody's house and rob them, you should because they're probably a bad person.
that fills turkey basters with their own cum. Yeah, it's just like she got away. She was that one that got away, but she got away with money, and it was still a bad deed. It was all icky because she
got her sister out of the bad situation, though. I guess.
Yeah, but that wasn't enough. I wasn't buying it. It wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for me to justify. I didn't feel it enough for it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, we needed more scenes of them at home and just more reason to want her to get out of the situation and win in the end. And the movie's really short, and we just didn't get a lot of that stuff.
What was Goosebumps' motives for doing all this? Does his daddy not love him?
Yeah, he mentioned something about how his dad works a lot, and you never really see him interact with his dad.
That whole bullshit. I mean, like that was crybaby millennial generation of
we definitely needed more on that. We didn't get.
Yeah, I don't know. The most we got was from the one that died. We get that he was a scumbag. Great. Because they showed that when he was jerking off on the floor, we knew that. It's like, okay, this is the asshole douchebag. You know, he's fucking shooting ropes all over this guy's house. I don't know. He should have shot a big old rope on the blind guy.
That would have been a nice twist ending. They just bukkake.
He comes back alive like he wasn't dead the whole time. And he, like, after they shoot him, he jerks off. He shoots a rope from the top of the stairs on his body. But it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. It was, but yeah, it just kind of leaves you confused because you don't like anybody. Yeah. If anybody, I hate to say it, if anybody, you still end up feeling the most remorse for the old man. And here's why. Because we'll do like pros and cons. We'll put a pellet in each person's bucket for why we feel bad for the girl. Okay, whatever. She has a shitty home life. Her mom says she sucks dick and she wants to move away. She gets one pebble. Okay, great. The Goosebumps kid, his daddy doesn't hug him enough because he's working to give him a good life. He doesn't live in the fucking He had a nice house. Like, you know what? Yeah. I don't even give him a pebble. He's a little bitch. He's a little bitch millennial. He gets nothing. Money? He calls himself money. He gets no pebble of fucking remorse from me.
Shoots ropes at people's houses.
But let's consider the old man here. He was a veteran. There's one pebble. He lost his vision in the war. There's two pebbles. He's a veteran that came home and lost his daughter to somebody else's stupid teenage driver should have been on the road. There's three pebbles. Then people fucking break in his house, 4 pebbles, and steal all his fucking money, 5 pebbles. You know, I'm not saying his actions were justified with the girl, but you still feel bad for him at the end of the day.
Yeah, that definitely takes away a couple pebbles.
Yeah, but still,
he still has so many. He
still has more pebbles. The only person that has a pebble in the good guy is the girl, and she gets one measly pebble. I mean, no, but I'm saying you still end up feeling a little bit more remorse for the guy, for the old man. I think. I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, because it's not like they played it out in the trailer. The way I read the movie was, and this, so I didn't see this coming. I kind of read basic stuff about the movie that he was like a serial killer. And that, you know, these people broke into this house not realizing he was actually a serial killer that killed lots of people. That's what I thought the movie was about. I'm like, oh, this guy's real bad. Then I see the movie and it's like, no, he's not a serial killer. He just took the one girl that killed his daughter. So it's like, oh, he's not quite as, he's a little bit more conflicted than that, you know, a little more complicated. So it's like, wow, he's not a totally bad guy. He didn't start out bad. Like I said, he was a veteran, right? And he just lost his daughter. The guy didn't have any fucking sight. You feel bad for him.
And he jerks off in big cups.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just, yeah, I still feel bad. Is it, obviously it's worse because it's premeditated, but, you know, think about somebody that loses their kid in real life and they fucking take matters in their own hands and they pull a gun on the person that killed their daughter in court and shoots him right there, goes to jail. That's not a good action, but you kind of feel for the guy, right? You still feel for the guy. You don't really feel bad for the guy he killed, do you? But yeah, his was premeditated. Obviously, it wasn't like in the heat of things. But I guess there's the whole complication of the girl who killed his daughter. She just pulled a Laura Bush, right? She didn't mean to fucking kill the kid. But she fucking, her irresponsibilities. She didn't pay for her actions. That was his whole thing. You know, she was a rich girl that got off. That's what he made a comment to that. She's a rich girl with rich parents that didn't have to pay any crime.
She was like Hulk's son.
Yeah, she's like fucking Nick Hogan, that fucking douchebag. Exactly. So it's like, you know what? You kind of empathize with that. It's like, it's true because that's a bullshit thing. It's like the lacrosse player, the fucking rapist, or what school did he come? The one that just got off.
Yeah, I don't even remember what. Oh yeah, that dude.
The dude that just got out after serving like a month.
His name. Right.
whatever. That guy.
Did they mention, like, was she texting and driving or drunk driving or something?
They didn't mention it.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it. I don't think so. But still, it's the fact that she didn't pay for her crimes.
Right.
The parents thought, oh, you know what? I'm sorry we killed your kid. Here's some money. It's like that. Like that's the answer to everything. Which also begs the question why he kept the money. And why he was so concerned with the money, right?
Yeah, maybe because like if he had all that money and he still lived in a shitty neighborhood, maybe he just wanted people to know he had it. So in case they wanted to come and try to take it, I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Like you still feel bad because I get it. If my kid got killed and somebody tried to, and they didn't pay for it and they tried to give me money, you know, you would fucking shoot ropes on them and their money. You wouldn't take it.
You just start checking off. They're like, "What are you doing? Just wait."
But yeah, just wait. But yeah, like I get it. The girl didn't pay for her crime. She got off. She's a spoiled rich kid. There was no justice, and there seriously was no justice for his kid. You feel more for the soldier. You really do, than anybody.
Also, I hope he didn't like leave that big cup next to something he drank out of that fridge.
He grabs the wrong
Imagine
cup.
accidentally grabbing that.
He's already tasted it now, though. I wonder what he was thinking when he fucking like, that's what it tastes like.
Well, no, she deep throated it down his throat, so it probably didn't even touch his taste.
He
bud.
coughed it up. It went all down his chin. It overflowed his mouth.
I'm joking.
But it was cold. Can you imagine cold cum, dude? Like, what's more? I mean, hot cum doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
But cold fucking clam chowdery, clumpy, curdled cum? Oh.
Well, yeah, like he didn't even ask the girl, too. Like, have you had your period lately? What would he have done if he went through all that and she didn't get pregnant?
Yeah, he didn't ask. He didn't ask at all. And how does he know? That's a lot of cum he's about to waste on her. How does he know? She's not guaranteed to get knocked up, right? It takes him trying.
Yeah.
It's like, is he going to like, okay, back to the drawing board, give me another month. You need more than a month. That was a fucking big ass turkey baster.
Yeah.
But someone at his age, he need more than a month. He's not, if he was 20, yeah, I'd say give him a couple weeks. 4 or 5 times a day. But I don't know, man. It just, yeah, he didn't ask any questions. I get it. That would have fucking ruined the scene, the pacing of the scene. Are you in a period?
Right.
And he stops to ask all these fucking logical questions. So stupid. There's somewhere I was going with that, but I can't remember anymore. But I think we're beating this topic down. I think we got it. We got it. Oh, the one last thing I'll mention. I hate the fucking part where they find the girl in the basement and she's like trying to like mime shit. And it's like, what? Why doesn't she like mime the fucking thing? Like, take this shit off my face.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, shut up. Like, fucking take the shit off her face.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you should do.
Because then the movie would have been over because she would have taken it off and told him.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
I'm pregnant, and she would have revealed the whole deal. And yeah, it's so stupid. But like, you as the victim would have been like, tapping on her shit, like, and they would have fucking should have thought of that first. But no, she's running around fucking gagged. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But
so we both give this like a check it out. Like, do you think like what I was?
I could see myself
earlier,
buying it. Like maybe if it was like, I mean,
Yeah.
Hell Freeze is over. I actually bought the fucking Evil Dead movie, the one that I don't like, because I found it at a pawn shop for $2 on Blu-ray.
It's like $6 now.
I found it at a pawn
too.
shop for $2 on Blu-ray. I'm like, fucking, I'll get it for $2.
Yeah, but like what I was saying earlier, do you think we would have walked out like more surprised by it if we didn't see so much of it in the trailer?
I stayed away from the trailers.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw a trailer, but like I said, I mean, I
only saw the one too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I thought he was a serial killer. I thought he was a little different, But it's whatever. I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie going experience. It was worth the jizz scene alone. It really was. I'd say it was a better movie than Evil Dead, you know, so he's on the upswing.
Mm-hmm.
And I give it credit because it was at least an attempt at an original idea, you know, the whole, hey, this guy's blind, and let's do the old switcheroo, and the hunters become the hunted type of thing. And, but I think the only flaw is, I do think it's a flaw, is there's not a, you don't know who to root for. And like at the end of the day, you're rooting for the bad guy. I still am. And I don't think they were trying to do that. I really think you wanted him to be, he was supposed to be despicable when he was like impregnating the girl, right? That's when he's like, no, this guy's despicable. Cause at that point, you're supposed to feel bad for the girl. You know, like, okay, you know what? She's this bad girl. She killed this kid, but she doesn't deserve this. We feel bad for her. But, I think that's a flaw, man. I don't know. Cause it's, everybody's kind of a little shitty. And then you end up liking the guy who I think they were trying. I think at the end of the day, they still wanted you to hate the guy. And they wanted you to get a little satisfaction that she gave her little sister a good life, but it didn't work because she's still selfish. You know, great. She brought her sister along, but you know, she still stole all this fucking money. Fucking her friends died. Her boyfriend died. Money died. Which I guess was her boyfriend, but they didn't really play that off very well.
Well, now when his album drops, it's going to sell even more.
Yeah, he's going to have like 20 albums like Tupac.
Yeah.
Posthumously. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my big grief is just I don't think they nailed who you're supposed to feel bad for because I still felt bad for the guy.
Yeah, I have no real problem with that at the end of the day. I don't have a problem with being like, oh, there's every character in this is the bad guy. That doesn't really bug me as much
but
as
they're
it does
not.
some people.
The soldier is not. I mean, you get his motives. Yeah, what he did was wrong and illegal, but it's not like it all makes sense. It pieces together. Whereas what the kids were doing did not piece together. They want to break into. They were breaking into people's houses before him. Like we already established, they were shooting ropes in fucking people's houses. They were assholes. They were stealing money for selfish gain. Money was packing heat at this guy's house. Guess what? Before they even knew who this guy was, they knew they were breaking into a blind vet's house that had money. They're assholes. They're fucking horrible people.
Yeah.
They're horrible. They fucking deserved it. She did not deserve to get away and keep that money. But yeah, whatever, man. I don't know. It's about it. I guess I'd have to give it like what, a 7? That's probably fair.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, like a 7. It was good. It's worth the theater. It was worth going to see in the theater. You know, considering what we have these days, I'd say it was, you know, good. It was worth going to see in the theater, and it's got enough wow factor, and you know, it wasn't scary. It wasn't a scary movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe suspenseful, but it really wasn't a scary thing. But yeah, it's all right. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all we got. We really fucking dragged this podcast out. This turned out to be a long one. Fuck you, Corey Feldman. We talked about you too much. Corey Feldman shouldn't have been in this movie.
He should have been. Yeah, he should have been the guy.
He should have been the blind guy.
And there should have been like a cult that they were breaking into, and all the angels were there.
Yeah, and then he would
ropes on their face.
He would have turned into the vampire from Bordeaux Blood. Can I watch? When he was gonna fuck his sister. Fucking weirdo. We should do I want to do Demon Knight, you know, and those movies. I want to do the Tales from the Crypt movies. But anyway, that's all we got for now. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you thought of Don't Breathe. You know, I think our grievances were just very petty. I mean, they weren't nothing huge. None of it affected the enjoyment of the movie at all. It's just like nitpicking stuff. It wasn't as nitpicky as like the last movie, Lights Out, where there's a lot of more what the fuck moments, you know. But hey, we got this black light in here. How convenient. Stupid shit like that. But let us know what you thought. Comment on, you know, YouTube, Facebook, the website, of course, btmreview.com. Follow us, subscribe, like, and share. Do all that stuff. You know, get it out. If you like our podcast, show us with your friends. If you like our podcast, leave us reviews on iTunes. We're there too. That always helps out a lot. And yeah, subscribe to that shit, man. You got a long drive coming up. You got to go home for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Just put on the best of fucking BTM. Why not? Let it ride on iTunes. I do it. Love it. Love that shit.
Hell yeah.
Adios, guys. We'll see you next time.